Action. All right, it's looking good. I really want you to embody a gardener. Really think about being a gardener.
So my husband is taking apart the tractor. I don't know what all the pieces and parts are, but this is what he's been working on. It's completely separated in half.
Alright, so standing in the middle of our International 687. It's a 63, 64 horsepower diesel tractor from about the 1970s. When we bought this farm, we had 5 of these, I think, on the property that were 574s and 674s. We had 5 of them all together. The 574s were just a little older, but a lot of the parts interchanged, thankfully. So the clutch went out in this one, and I just assumed it was the clutch plate, so I ordered a new clutch plate, tore it apart. If you want to come up here, I can show you. This is what I assumed was wrong, was the clutch plate was worn out, which this is the clutch plate right here that was in it. And it actually wasn't that bad. Probably could have left it in there, but since I already had the new one in and it was torn apart and this is a big job, I went ahead and replaced it with the new one. So you got the new clutch plate back here. This is to line up your splines when you're installing it. And then this right here, you can see that it was worn down metal on metal. So what I probably could have done is just replace these forks and been done with it, but as I said, we already had it. It's taken apart, so we're going to replace it. Got the new ones on. I did get a little bit beefier clutch, so hopefully it'll last a little bit longer. This was the issue on this side over here. So this, when I opened it up, is what I found. I already cleaned a bunch of it out, but this is the ball bearing. That's a ball bearing. This is supposed to be in there to make it rotate. This was just in pieces, not doing what it's supposed to do. And this sleeve right here is all messed up. So what was happening is this thing wasn't spinning like it was supposed to. It was locked up, so that you can see it's all ate up. It was pushing against this one and not spinning, which was causing the metal on metal to have problems. So we have a new bearing. That's what it's supposed to look like, not like that. That pushes up against the forks. The other thing that messed up with this one, you got to come over here, is the bearing carrier, which is this part right here. You can see how it's all ate up. The metal is real short. It's supposed to be like this. So that on this one, the metal's gone back to here. And then the other thing that messed up on this one, I don't know if you call it messed up, but if you look, this is called the slipper. This is what the bearing carriage slides on back and forth, is all gouged out. So we got this and the new sleeve off of another parts tractor that was on the farm that is only good for parts. This right here came off of another tractor. To buy this thing to replace it on this is $400. So thankfully we were able to pull this off the other tractor. So what I'll do is take these forks off, take off this bearing carriage and replace this. I'm gonna put some degreaser on this, soak it, and then clean it up real good. I inspected as much as I can for cracks. I didn't see anything wrong with it. Nothing looks real worn, so I'm gonna use this piece as well. And then we'll put on the new bearing. And then there's one more small bearing I have in a box that goes on the tip of this. And then the real work of putting it back together. And hopefully we'll have a running tractor and it will work.
So what are you doing, honey?
We are about to spray 7 dust on the potatoes. We've had an infestation of squash bugs, which if left alone they can populate really fast and ruin a whole crop. So we want to get rid of them fast. So as much as we hate spraying chemicals, I think it's time for 7 dust. If you notice, it's kind of late in the evening. I'm doing it now because the honeybees, this will kill honeybees. So I want to do it when the honeybees are already up in their hive. And then tomorrow morning, we'll get out here about 5 and make sure that the sprinklers run for a good hour to rinse it all off the plants before the honeybees come out of their hives.
Cheating.